Senate Democrats stand united while voting against a bill put forth by Republicans that look to require medical care for infants who survive abortions. One America's Alex Salvi explains where White House counselor Kellyanne Conway stands on the issue.
The White House is responding to a bill in the Senate that threatened prison time for doctors who don't take proper steps to save the life of an infant who survives an abortion. Speaking to One America News on Tuesday, White House counselor Kellyanne Conway questioned the decision by Democrat lawmakers who blocked the measure.
It shocks the conscience that 44 Democrats in the United States Senate would subvert the will of their voters, of the people they represent in their respective states, by essentially voting for infanticide.
The Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act would have required healthcare professionals to exercise the same degree of care given to an infant when treating a newborn who survived a failed abortion.
This one was pretty straightforward and transparent. The Born Alive Abortion Survivor Protection Act. Why is it named that way? Because the baby is born alive after surviving an abortion and is in need of protection.
Specifically, the bill would have required a practitioner to immediately transport an infant to the hospital, which raised objections from Democrats. They argued the move would take away decision-making procedures for medical professionals and stressed infanticide is already illegal in the United States.
The facts here, and the facts are that the Democratic Party is now for abortion anyone, anytime, anywhere. No regulations, no restrictions whatsoever. So if you're pro-choice now, you have to think long and hard. I may call myself pro-choice, but am I pro-infanticide?
Under the bill, if doctors failed to take proper precautions when caring for an infant, they could face 5 years in prison or even penalties for first-degree murder. While the bill ultimately didn't pass, Conway explains the administration is taking other steps to curb abortion, such as limiting the Title X program.
Title X does one major thing. It shifts the money away from Planned Parenthood, which performs abortions, over to qualified women's health centers that provide any number of female health services, including mammograms and STD screenings and basic cancer screenings, but does not provide abortions.
The proposed restrictions Conway is referencing would prevent clinics that accept federal funds from performing abortions or referring women to other providers who do provide abortions.
It's reasonable to say to America that the taxpayers should not be funding abortions through Planned Parenthood, which is the largest abortion provider in our nation, makes millions and millions of dollars furnishing abortions, and of course receives $500 million in taxpayer money every single year.
Conway explains while President Trump has not always been outspokenly pro-life, his position has changed over the years as a result of the more radical approach taken by Democrats.
I think Donald Trump as president is reflecting the viewpoint and the evolution of that viewpoint of so many Americans who for a very long time thought of themselves as pro-choice and realize that that now means pro-infanticide.
Apart from being a moral issue, the reason for having the vote went even further. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell held a vote to put Democrats on the record, so they're forced to defend their position on the campaign trail in 2020.
All of the 2020 candidates in the United States Senate voted against the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. In fact, they voted for infanticide, and this will haunt them on the campaign trail, and our pro-life President Donald Trump won't let them forget it.
3 Democrats, Senators Manchin, Jones, and Casey, joined the 50 Republicans present in supporting the legislation. For the 44 Democrat senators who voted against the bill, 12 of them will be defending seats in 2020. Alex Salvi, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.